Hey there! In this video, we'll walk you through some highlights and tips for completing your renewal online through TennCare Connect. When it's your month to renew, TennCare will try to automatically renew your coverage using existing information. If we don't have the information we need to automatically renew your coverage, you will receive either a packet in the mail or a digital notification depending on how you have chosen to be notified. Those will direct you to begin your renewal. Keep in mind there are several ways to renew your TennCare coverage. You can renew your coverage online through TennCare Connect by calling TennCare at 855-259-0701 or by returning your completed paper renewal packet to TennCare. This video will focus on renewing through TennCare Connect. You can visit our website at tn.gov/TennCare/renewals for other renewal information. Let's get started.
You can use TennCare Connect and complete your online renewal using any type of device, like a phone's internet browser or a computer. If you use a phone or tablet to complete your renewal, know that some of the examples in this video may look different. Like when you see the navigation menu on the left, on your phone, the menu may be at the top of the browser. To begin, go to TennCareConnect.tn.gov. If you are the head of household and you already have a TennCare Connect account, simply select Sign In and enter your login information. The head of household is the person responsible for making decisions about your family's healthcare coverage. For more information, please refer to the Renewal Packet Instruction Guide on our website. If you don't have a TennCare Connect account, you will need to create one and link the account to your case before beginning your renewal online. You can watch the Introduction to TennCare Connect for Members video on TennCare's YouTube channel for steps on creating an account and linking. If you run into any issues creating an online TennCare Connect account, call TennCare Connect for free at 855-259-0701. When you first log into TennCare Connect and it's your month to renew, you will see a notification on your coverage overview page that tells you it's time to renew your coverage. To begin your renewal in TennCare Connect, click Renew My Coverage from the navigation menu. On the Renew My Coverage page, click Renew My Coverage next to your case number and renewal due date. This will bring you to the Before You Begin section and Helpful Tips section. Review these before moving forward in your renewal. You may notice at the top of this page you have a progress bar, which will show you where you are in the renewal process. Sections of the progress bar will turn green as you complete them. The buttons at the top and bottom of the renewal pages help you navigate through the renewal. Click Next at the bottom of this page to begin your renewal. You can use the Back to Previous Page hyperlink at the top of each page if you need to return to a page you've already seen. You can also return to a completed section using the progress bar by clicking on the green check mark. After you start your renewal, you can stop and save your progress at any time if you need to leave your computer. Clicking Next at the bottom of the page will save your progress, but you can click Save and Exit to save your progress and leave the renewal. Your renewal will be saved, and you can return to where you left off for up to 7 days. After 7 days, you will need to start over. Please keep in mind, do not use your browser's back and forward buttons while completing your renewal. This might cause you to lose your progress. Each page will have an Add Comments to Your Renewal hyperlink at the bottom to add information that you want TennCare to know. Comments should apply to the information on the specific page you're reviewing. For example, if you are reviewing the information on file for a vehicle, you could add a comment about trading in a vehicle for a new one. When you see a review button, click it and review all the information. Once you have confirmed all the information is correct and answered any required questions, click the Next button to move forward and save your progress. After verifying all the information, you will then be taken back to the Summary page, and you will see a green check next to the information you reviewed. Each listing on the Summary page must have a green check mark in the Review Complete column before you can move forward. If you make any changes while reviewing, the information you changed will be listed in the What Changed column on the summary page. To change information you have already reviewed, click Edit to return to the page to make the change. If we move forward to the next page, you will see that you may need to review multiple items. This process will occur on most pages throughout the renewal. Each listing on the summary page must have a green check mark before you can click Next. Most summary pages have an Add Another hyperlink to add more information. If you need to tell TennCare about new information, like a new household member or a new job, click Add Another to add that information to your case. If you need to remove information that is old or no longer correct, click Remove on the summary page. You may be asked follow-up questions when you remove information. Follow those instructions in the pop-up window and click Submit. When the Remove button is grayed out, it means that information cannot be removed during the renewal process. You will have to call TennCare Connect at 855-259-0701 to let them know if this information has changed. Remember, you can add comments if you need to explain any information to TennCare. Once you have finished reviewing all the information TennCare has on file and added any new information, you can review all your information on the renewal summary page. Use the drop-down arrows to review each section of the renewal. If anything needs to be added or corrected, click the green check mark at the top of your screen in the progress bar to return to the summary page for that section. Once the summary page appears, click Edit and make any needed changes. After making your changes, click Next to save your change. When you're ready to return to the renewal summary page, click the blue and white circle under Finish in the progress bar. Then, review the rest of the renewal summary and click Next. On the Summary of Comments page, you'll be able to review all the comments you entered throughout your renewal. You can add more here if you need to. Finally, you will review the Before You Submit information, answer the questions, and sign your renewal to complete your renewal. After submitting your renewal, you will receive a tracking number. Be sure to save this number. Write this number down, take a screenshot or picture, whatever you need to do to save it, to keep track of your renewal. Use the Print Your Renewal section if you want a printed copy of your renewal for your records. As always, if you have questions or need help with TennCare coverage, a renewal, or an appeal, call TennCare Connect for free at 855-259-0701. If you have hearing or speech problems, call Tennessee Relay Services at 800-848-0298 and ask them to connect you to TennCare Connect.